It's a great day to be living in Raleigh. Welcome back to the Best of Raleigh. Today we're serving up something extraordinary, and trust me, your palate is gonna thank you. Our guest is Bhavin Chhatwani, a James Beard emerging chef and the culinary genius behind Tamasha Modern Indian, Raleigh's boldest, most luxurious take on Indian cuisine yet. With Michelin-starred experience and a mission to put Indian food on the global fine dining map, Bobin isn't just making dinner, he's making history. So let's step into the world of modern spice, style, and storytelling, and that is Tamasha. Bobin, thank you so much. I've been wanting to talk with you for so long, so thank you for
Gretchen,
being on the show.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I was excited to be the part of this show.
Welcome to the Best of Raleigh with your host and real estate expert, Gretchen Coley, owner of the Coley Group. This show is all about the people and places that make the Raleigh area so special. Here's your host, Gretchen Coley.
Yeah, so we did an interview with Mike and Tina, who were the founders and owners of Tamasha, and it was such an interesting interview. And that was right when the restaurant first opened. You guys have had how long under your belt now?
So it's been more than a year now. We opened in February 2024.
Yeah.
So finally we finished a year and 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what? Every time I go in there, I am my taste buds go crazy. It's sensory, like it's a sensory experience. And we always talk about dining on the Best of Raleigh as an experience, right? It's one thing to go pay for dinner, to pay for someone to serve you. It's great to not have to do the dishes and to have a different level of food. But Tamasha is an experience.
Yes.
From the moment you walk in the door, the visual, the way the restaurant is set up, the custom crafted food, the crafted cocktails, like everything works together, and then the service is top notch.
Yes. So that's what we believe in creating Tamasha. So Tamasha is when the guests walk into our doors, we want to create the lifelong experience for the guest. It's not only just the food. Food has to be exceptional, but apart from the food, the passion, the hospitality, and then each dish has a story to tell. All of things bring together like get you a Tamasha experience.
It really does. And I'll tell you, like, every time I go to try to get a reservation, I can never get in. And so Raleigh has taken to it. Raleigh loves it. But before we go into some of the specificities and your style, tell us a little bit more about you and your journey.
So I was born and brought up in the western part of India, and after my high school, I went to the culinary school for 4 years, which is at Aurangabad, which was one of the best culinary school in the country. And after that, I was the part of the Taj group of hotels and worked with them for almost 8 years. As a corporate chef, with Taj, I got to travel a lot and work in a different locations. So that's how it was the foundation of traveling throughout the country. And I would say when you learn the specific cuisine, for example, India is a very diverse country, and every region has its own cuisine. The best way to learn is like when you travel and live there. And I would say working with the Taj has given me that opportunity to travel on all these different locations like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Lucknow. So it's all the different regions of India having a completely very diverse cuisine from one another. So that's how it has established my foundation. And I was leading one of the leading palaces in India called Taj Falaknuma Palace as a sous chef during that time.
You were working in a palace.
Yes.
In India.
Yeah.
Huh. That's kind of cool.
Yes. And then during that time, my restaurant became the best 50 restaurants by the Condé Nast Travelers. And
Wow. That's the Condé Nast Traveler. That's a big deal.
yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. So it was long ago, and then I had opportunity to work in Campton Place, which is in San Francisco, and which was the only 2 Michelin-starred Indian restaurant during that time. And then yes, during the COVID time, I went back to India and worked with the Taj as an opening chef for one of their hotels, and then moved with the Oberoys, and then decided to come back to the United States back in 2023. And
Why Raleigh?
so the story I will tell you, like why I want to do Tamasha and why I want to create something from the scratch is like I have been in the industry for more than a decade, and wherever I have worked, I was performing really well. I was one of the most exceptional chef wherever I have worked in, and with time I realized like two years ago I realized like after being ups and down going through the ups and downs during COVID,
COVID.
which gives me a lot of the perspective and resilience in my
Yeah.
life, and I decided to do something the things from the thing where I'm able to do something from the scratch, where I call it that this is something I have created, because over a decade I was being creating a vision like for someone else and working for the vision for someone else. So this I think this was the right time, which gave me a lot of confidence, and then with the knowledge and the skills I have gathered over the years, which made me decide to do open like to create something which has my name on it, that is created by Chef Bhavin,
Yeah, I love it.
and who has been redefining the Indian food, and that's what motivated me to create Tamasha. And I was fortunate enough during that time I came into contact with Mike, who has a similar vision of redefining the Indian food, and that's what brought us together, and then Tamasha was born.
Well, it is an incredible experience, and I thank you for that explanation, because when I came into Tamasha before the opening, I got to be a model in some of their videos. It was kind of awesome, but I got to experience a lot of the food, and you and I had a great conversation.
Yes.
I love Indian food. It's one of my favorites. Just the spices and the differences, and it's so cool. But I didn't understand that there are different types of cuisines throughout the country.
Yes.
And you explained very eloquently how you have pulled those cuisines together, along with a little southern touch,
Yes.
respecting the South that we're in. So for listeners who haven't experienced Tamasha, tell me about your inspiration in the food servings, the menu that's there.
So I would say the menu at Tamasha, it's a definition of my culinary journey where I would have traveled and lived in.
Yeah.
So each dish has a story, has the story to tell, and the food in Tamasha revolves about wherever I have traveled and lived for work or just for an experience. So it's a true definition of my culinary journey, and I call the menu at Tamasha as my love letter to India.
Ah, a love letter to India.
Yeah. So whenever someone asks me to pick your favorite dish, and honestly, I'm never able to pick my favorite dish, because each and every dish on the menu
Is
has
your
been, it's my favorite. It's like picking your favorite child. It's not possible, because everything which is on the menu has been thought through, and from different regions, and like most of the dishes have been created. It's created. You may not find it in the as authentic Indian food, but the flavors you will describe you, which will take you give you a nostalgia feeling of what you had back in the country. So that's how I want to redefine the Indian cuisine with the flavor, with the experience which I want to give it to the people. Change the definition of the Indian cuisine, that how it has been perceived, by giving that upscale experience with using the modern techniques in creating the dishes, because the Indian food should also be as celebrated as like any other cuisine, and that was my major motivation to come to Raleigh, because I realized that the southern part of the United States doesn't have many great Indian restaurants.
No.
And I just want to make sure that the Indian food is as celebrated like in any other
Yeah.
cuisine, and this was the right place to make sure that to bring Tamasha in Raleigh. And on the top of that, I would say, like when I came to meet Mike as well to Raleigh, I just felt something is right. So I just went with my gut feeling, and sometimes the best decision you make when you go with your gut feeling, and that's how I moved to Raleigh. And since then, it's been home.
And you love it.
I love it.
Well,
like,
I will tell you, I lean into my intuition a lot too. And I usually just go with my gut. And that's how some of the most beautiful things are created, right?
Yes.
And you have done that. You know, Raleigh was ready for Tamasha.
Yeah, he was ready.
Raleigh was ready for Bhavin. But, you know, there are a lot of stigmatisms around Indian food. Like it's, you know, it's you go in, it's takeout, it's a lot of takeout, it's a lot of the same dishes.
Yeah.
You have completely modernized that.
Yes.
And it's unexpected. If you
Exactly.
don't know what you're looking for,
Definitely.
when you walk in, you're not just getting the typical dishes that you
Yeah.
find. Like I think we had fried oysters.
Yes, so the fried oysters are so India we don't eat the oysters that
Yeah.
much, and then there would not be. I have not seen any Indian restaurant in the entire world, not in just in the United States, to serve the fried oysters. But then that was my inspiration from the dish called chicken 65, which is from Chennai region of India, and there are also different stories about how the chicken 65 get into originated, but we can get into it later. But yeah, taking the inspiration from that, the Oyster 65 was created. And some of the chefs still ask me like how you have created that dish, because the oyster, it's not like how it just take the layers of the Indian flavors, because of the slimy texture, like it never holds on. So there's a lot of research, trial and errors goes to it, like when we create each dish.
Well, I love that we're talking about that dish, because that is the dish that I felt like brought a little bit of the South. It's a
Yes.
it's an oyster that's been marinated and fried,
Yes.
and then it's got some seasonings and some sauces.
And then we do take the oysters from the Outer Banks, so it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah. So I think that is the beautiful thing, because as you said earlier, everything at Tamasha feels elevated.
Yes.
And the combination of the different regions of India, along with the combination of bringing a little of the South in, is really a beautiful thing. Your platings are amazing. They're like works of art. Where does that inspiration come from?
the inspiration for the plating and the plateware like comes from. So I believe like I don't like to put all the food just on the plate just for the sake of doing it. So each of the garnishes also which we use it in our dishes has the reason why we use it. For example, in my chili, bitki chili shrimps, I use the garnish of the dehydrated chilies. So every garnish we use on the dishes, there's been a thought which has went behind it. So there's a lot of the reasons, like the way we do it at Tamasha. There's a lot of reason why it has been done, because you need to understand that the flavor combination, and then there's a lot of different kind of a plating you can do. Like there's some of the plating style is by negative spacing, by just not overcrowding the platewares, and just make sure that like you have a negative space in your plate as well, and the food looks elegant. So there's a different ways you give the character to your plates, and then if you go into studies, there's a lot to share over there. The major reason is like for every garnish, for every dish, for every plate, this reason the way we do it and why we do it.
And I love that your wait staff can tell that story.
Yes.
And so you can listen to this, and I'm hungry. I don't know if you're hungry or not, but the best way to understand and see is to experience it.
Definitely.
Like get online, make a reservation today, and go in and take a look. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the food, because you've already said you don't have a favorite dish, but I need for you to tell us what are some of the crowd favorites at the restaurant. So if these people have never gone in, what are some of your best sellers?
So I think like I was just doing the other day, I was just doing the menu engineering, which is you like most of your most selling dish or least selling dish, and I would not lie that like there would be almost more than 10 to 12 dishes which would be a top selling. So and almost like so not this dish sells more, this is less, but each and every dish, like people have a different favorites, and every dish has a completely different flavor from one another. So everything moves so fast.
You got to give me 3.
I would say like it depends on my on the mood of what I'm eating.
You can tell how passionate this man is about
So-
food. He does love it all.
So if I'm in the mood of eating the lamb, one of my favorite dish in the lamb is like the keema kaleji, which is a minced lamb dish, topped with the mint dust and the leaf oil with the crispy potatoes texture and serve along with the brioche bun. And this dish is very nostalgic because my father cooks that dish every Sunday at home. Of course, like not the mousse and everything, but like yeah, he cooks the keema kaleji every Sunday back at home. Another favorite dish I would say would be betki chili. So one interesting fact I would tell you about like I love having a food dreams. So some of my best dishes have been created with the recipes I have been dreaming about. And betki chili, pork belly are one of them.
Okay.
Like so, I dream food, and I just always make sure that I keep one notebook and a pen like next to my bed, so that before I forget, I just quickly note it down. And
Well, that shows
Yeah.
you're truly an artist and you're truly passionate, because I dream about marketing processes to sell houses. So I totally understand that. Now, you talked a little bit about your father, you've talked about your nostalgia, and that really comes through in the restaurant. What is coming up next in for you guys? Because this cannot be your only restaurant here.
so yes, we are working on a couple of things at the moment. And I think you need to stay tuned
Okay.
to find it out. But yes, there are a couple of things we are working on at the moment right now, like back and forth in all the different directions. But yes, there would be something coming
Yeah.
in next few months.
So I saw that you have been nominated in a James Beard category. For those who don't know, what is the James Beard like award?
So James Beard is like the Emmy and Oscar for the hospitality professionals. So it's like a big prestige of getting your the talent, getting your skill, and a team's hard work getting
Recognized.
recognized. So I would be thankful to the James Beard Foundation for recognizing me for the national list of the James Beard, which is an emerging chef.
Emerging
And-
chef.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what better nomination there would be
Yeah.
for someone as young in your career, in your first real signature restaurant, right?
Yes.
It's your signature, your fingerprints are
Yes.
all over it, and you're nominated as an emerging chef.
Yeah, it really feels great. And
Yeah.
then I would say like I'm a very passionate person who loves to go to work every day. And
No, we can't tell that.
so when you get the recognition, the acknowledgement like this, it just the different energy which thrives to the entire team. And each and every member of my team is very driven and passionate, and it's very contagious to have that all the time because everybody looks forward to come to work. Everybody is passionate, so it really feels acknowledged when you get that recognition with
I
this.
love it, and I'm so proud of you because and I don't say that in a condescending way, but just for meeting you from the time that you were starting the restaurant to where you are now, I see it out and about, and I see the dream coming to life.
Yeah,
And
it
it
really
is a
feels good.
beautiful thing to witness. And obviously, Mike and Tina, I adore. We can't end this conversation without talking about craft cocktails. And I want to do it real quick
Yeah.
because the craft cocktails are amazing. But you have some inspiration in those too, right? I know you're not
Yeah.
creating them all, but you
Yes.
are syncing them up.
Yeah, so I would say like I have the amazing the mixologist
Yeah.
in my team, but yes, when we create it, like me, Mike, both have a strong palette to like how we want it to be,
Yeah.
and with. So I always am like with my mixologist, like, hey, infuse this herb to this, infuse this spice to this ingredient to this. So, and they are very talented. I trust their judgment. But yes, like we go back and forth
love
in
it.
creating the new craft cocktails
it.
every time. Like every few months, like we just work on like, okay, what next
Yeah.
we can create.
So, for those of you who don't know, Tamasha was also recognized as one of the 50 most
Yeah.
beautiful restaurants in the country.
Yes.
Right here in Raleigh. Raleigh. So, Bobin, this has been a great conversation. Thank you so much for joining us. Where can people find Tamasha?
So Tamasha could be found at the North Hills. It's a 4200 6 Fork Road, Suite 130. And we open from Tuesday to Sunday.
They have an incredible Instagram. You should absolutely follow it. But if you go to it, you're going to get hungry. So I'm just going to warn you. And get a reservation and get in there. We'll drop all the links below. But yes, they are our neighbor right here in North Hills. Before we go, how would you sum up Tamasha?
So I would say that Tamasha is more than just a restaurant. It's a celebration of the modern Indian cuisine, rooted with the traditions, passion, and the hard work. And I would say, along with Tina and Mike, the team we have built it at Tamasha is it's really driving us.
I agree.
So I would also like to thank the guest who has welcomed and accepted us with the open arms, and allowed us let us to share the story of our cuisine with them. And I would say this is just a beginning, and there's a long way to go.
I love that, and I agree. And I tell you, if you've been in Tamasha, drop a comment down below. Tell us about your experience and what you loved. And if you haven't been, you got to go check it out and ask for him. He's always there. He'll come out, greet you at the table. It will be an experience. Thank you so much for coming. You can see that Bhavin and we both think that Raleigh is a really incredible place to live. It has so much going for it. And if you are here looking for a great experience, Tamasha is it. If you're looking for a great real estate experience, if you're thinking about moving, if you're thinking about relocating, we would love to facilitate that great experience for you. You can reach out to our team at the links below, and we will see you in the next Best of Raleigh. We drop a new one every Friday on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. We'll see you at Tamasha.
Thank you so much, Gretchen, for inviting me. Thank you.